Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Wreck-It Rob TCG bringing to you another video. This is the fifth and final starter deck, or Elestrals starter deck review, basically. I've done the first four that adrive and the Elestrals team dropped, and so now I'm going to do the final one. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is... I haven't play tested with any of these decks. I just wanted to kind of get these videos out as quick as possible as soon as I got my hands on the cards. I haven't play tested any of these decks, so I can't say for certain which one is the best and which one's the worst, and, you know, which one, I can't say that yet, but I have heard that as a consistency standpoint, the MAJESEA deck, which is the water deck here, is the least consistent. So we'll find out when I play test them here coming up this weekend, and we'll find out just, what could be improved, what is, just kind of what the deal is with these cards. But we're going to show you the cards today. Alright, so first card up is Sluggle. When this Sluggle is normal enchanted, you can move 2 water spirits from your underworld to your spirit deck, which is really cool. Then you've got Galabi. You can enchant one water spirit to a rune or a Elestral on your field. If you successfully enchant from this effect, you can draw 1 card. You've got the big bad beast of the card here, which is MAJESEA. Its effect is, as long as this MAJESEA is enchanted, all water enchanted Elestrals on your field cannot be targeted by opponent's Elestral effects. This MAJESEA gains 1 attack for every enchanted water spirit on your field. Then you got Foamy. Foamy's a really, really good card, and it's actually good in a lot of different decks. It's kind of a closer to a staple card there. His ability is, when this Foamy is destroyed in battle, you can special summon any 1 water spirit Elestral from your deck to your field in defense position. Obviously, it works best with the water, but it also, it works really good in a lot of different stuff. Kind of made a mess of that. Alright, then we got Caprigal, another really good card. When this Caprigal destroys an opponent's Elestral in battle, you can special summon a Foamy from your underworld in attack position. So these, obviously, the Foamies here and then the Caprigal work really, really well together. You get 1 copy of that in the main. Then you got Smoltuga. When this Smoltuga is normal enchanted, you can search your deck for one fire spirit Elestral and add it to your hand. And the whole purpose of that ability there is to ascend into Krakatuga, which is this guy here, because you need a water and a fire. To my knowledge, no, there's one in the Earth deck as well, but this is one of 2 that I believe are out right now that require different one of each spirit typing to enchant correctly. So, his ability, you can expend 2 fire spirits to force your opponent to expend 3 spirits. So 2 for 3 it's an alright ability. It's probably, I don't know if it's necessary all the time. It's kind of a high cost effect, because not only are you using 2 spirits to summon, but then you're also expending 2 to force 3 out. So, I mean, in certain situations where you know that your opponent has it has 5 spirits left, and you think that you can hit over for the final blow with this guy, then, I mean, it's really good, but otherwise, it's kind of situationally based. Then we got Veritaqua. When this Veritaqua attacks a defense position Elestral, destroy that Elestral and negate the effect. So that guy is really, really good. Alright, then we got Aphoros. You can nexus up to 2 water spirits on your field. If you successfully nexus from this card effect, you can draw 2 cards. So it's really good for thinning deck. Then you got Krakid. Now, I hear that Krakid is kind of not very good. His ability, when this Krakid is normal enchanted, you can target an Elestral that on your opponent's field. As long as this Krakid is enchanted, the targeted Elestral cannot attack. So, like, the ability sounds good, but with a 2 and 2, it doesn't matter if he's in attack or defense position. He's a little too frail for that effect to really do any value to you. unless you have something that can boost them. But again, that's kind of you're just stalling. You're not finding a way to beat over right away. So then you got War Might. You can target an opponent's Elestral and decrease their attack by 4 until the end phase, which is really, really good. You've got Cinder. Every time the Cinder receives a Fire Spirit, your opponent must discard 3 cards from the top of their deck to the Underworld. With this guy here, there's not a lot of mill strategy right now going on. There's just not enough cards in the format to allow for a mill deck, either for you to thin or for you milling your opponent's deck to decrease and hopefully get them to do a deck out. So eventually that'll be a really, really good card for certain strategies, but right now it's not the best. Then you got Peliquarius, another really good card. When this Peliquarius is normal enchanted, you can search your deck for 1 Water Spirit Elestral and add it to your hand. So it's just a good search card. Then you've got the God of the deck, Poseidon. When this Poseidon is first enchanted, you can exchange up to 3 Water Spirits. You can nexus one from this Poseidon, one from this Poseidon to one of your enchanted Elestrals. And then you've got his weapon here, Trident of Poseidon. The empowered Elestral gains 2 attack and cannot be targeted by counter runes. If Poseidon is enchanted with this artifact cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects. So that's pretty nice. You've got the Stadium card, Atlantis. All Elestrals on the field gain 1 attack and 1 defense for each of their enchanted water spirits. Alright, and then you got Tsunami. Change all non-water enchanted Elestrals on the field to defense position. Their position cannot be changed until the next turn. So you got 2 copies of that. You got Nectar of the Gods. Pay 2 to draw 2. You've got Resting on Your Laurels. If your opponent has more enchanting spirits on the field than you do, target and destroy the opponent's Elestral with the least number of enchanted spirits. If it's a tie, your opponent gets to choose. You've got Circle the Sky. You can nexus up to 2 spirits on the field. If you successfully nexus from this card effect, you can draw 1 card. Then you got Eruption. Your opponent must expend 3 spirits. If they control a fire enchanted Elestral, they must expend, or they can expend only one spirit has to be expended. You've got a Tornado. Target 1 rune on your opponent's field and return it to their hand. And then finally, you got Pandora's Box. When your opponent searches for or enchants a card from their deck, destroy card prior to enchanting. If this effect moves more than 1 card, your opponent chooses which card is destroyed. So we got that there. And then, just like in the other videos, I'm going to make a cut here, and then I'll bring it back to having the sideboard cards. There will be 12 of those guys. Alright guys, we are back with the side cards, the sideboard cards. First up, we've got Mustachian. You can expend 1 Water Spirit to swap the attack and defense stats of this Mustachian until the end phase. This effect can also be used on your opponent's turn in response to an Elestral enchant. So that's a really, really good card. It's definitely needing to be in the main deck. Then we've got Galaxy. As long as this Galaxy is enchanted, all attack and defense stats for water enchanted Elestrals are swapped. With the water cards right now, most of them have super high defense, higher than their attack stat for a lot of them. So this is a really important card. So also main deck this. Then you've got another copy of Aphoros. You've got another copy of Foamy. Another copy of Veritaqua. You've got Ambrosia. Add up to 3 spirits from your deck, or from your Underworld to your spirit deck. You got 2 copies of that. Got another copy of Resting on Your Laurels, and then 1 copy of Pandora's Box. And then you've got a copy of Gorgon's Gaze. Target an Elestral on the field until the end phase. The Elestral does not have an effect. It cannot receive enchantments, attack, nexus, or be used to ascend. So it kind of just locks them down. So those are the cards for the sideboard there. I also have, I'll show you guys how many spirits. There's always 20 spirits given in these starter decks. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, So you got 14 water spirits. You got 4 fire, and you got 2 wind, the Lycaris, and then Vipyro, sorry. But yeah, so there's all the cards that you get in the pack, or in the starter deck there for this. Now, in the next coming videos here, I'm hoping to get some gameplay put together for you guys, so you guys can see the cards in action if you haven't seen them yet. And yeah, so we'll be able to show you guys what Elestrals is and how it works, and hopefully have some fun along the way with that. If you guys liked today's video, please leave a like. It helps me out a lot. I appreciate it very much. Also, if you want to continue watching this content and my channel as it grows and hopefully gets bigger, then leave a subscribe and hit the bell notification so you guys get the latest news on when I'm posting a video. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good one.